if I could have your attention once again, I hope you have enjoyed the purvey so far. Absolutely excellent. And it's now my great pleasure to introduce to you someone who requires no introduction, certainly to members of Douglas Park and the county. And that is Elinor Grant, known affectionately to one and all as Bunny. Bunny was a true friend to Mum, and they played many times together over the years, and our two families were such great friends that her late husband Michael purchased a magnificent family home in Glenburn Road, Abearsnane Cross, and derived as much pleasure and happiness as we ourselves did over so many years. Bunny has won the Ladies' Championship here no fewer than 5 times, and has also won the Debarton Argyllshire Championship, and is an honorary member of this fine club. So with no further ado, it's my very great pleasure to ask Bunny if she would like to say a few words regarding Mum and the competitive times and friendship they enjoyed over so many years.
How good it is to see so many familiar faces here tonight. Jean would have recognised all the faces. She might not, in fact, she would not have remembered your names, but she would have recognised you. My first recollection of Jean is seeing her in her early 30s, dressed in an immaculate tailored skirt and a woolly, teeing off with John and having little Susan and John Jr. on Sunday afternoons. There used to be a wooden shed, sort of shelter at the 7th hole, and the children would stay and play around it, while Jean and John went up the 8th and down the 9th. A nice family day at a time when young children were not so welcome at Douglas Park as they are now. John and my husband were on committee together, and when my first baby arrived, Jean and Susan came to visit with a gift. I was very embarrassed to welcome them into a room festooned with nappies. But Jean did not bat an eye and soon put me at ease. Jean had a lovely sense of colour and was always dressed very smartly and tastefully. I don't know if she could paint or draw, but at one of the Dumbartonshire Caddies evenings at Alison Brown's house, we were given a wee parcel of coloured paper, foil, glitter, ribbon and stuff, and told to make a hat. Nightmare for most of us. But Jean set to and produced a very smart number and won the prize. Hidden talent. Lady golfers do have other skills. Witness the good paintings in the clubhouse just now. Jean's outstanding trait was that she was totally unflappable and matter-of-fact. She had a pocky sense of humour and could take a joke against herself in good part. As when she and John went to the Roman Camp Hotel at Callendar for afternoon tea. They had played in a mixed foursome, and after changing they decided to have a walk along the riverbank in the hotel grounds. Jean slipped and fell right into the water and was soaked to the skin. Instead of being upset, as most of us would have been, she changed back into her golf gear and went in for tea. Another instance of her sangfroid was when she and Joyce Charnock and I went to Killarney to see the Curtis Cup. Joyce had been ill, and as she was too frail to fly, I offered to drive her door to door. The Irish sometimes use the hard shoulder as a lane. And after leaving Dublin, we were overtaken on the inside hard shoulder by a car being driven at speed. Without warning, the car did a right turn in front of us, causing me to brake, and the car went into a skid and ended up facing back the way we had come, while the old Irish farmer in his ancient Renault 5 drove up his far road to the right. Jean was totally unperturbed and hadn't noticed a thing. As she said, she had been looking out for somewhere to have lunch, while Joyce and I were gasping for breath and quite shaken up. also on the way home from Dublin to Belfast, when we were near the border, 4 squaddies in full combat gear and pointing guns stepped out in front of us and stopped the car. Veronica Guerin had been shot in Dublin, and all cars going north were being stopped and inspected. Jean was very annoyed with them and told them we had a ferry to catch. Once she had her mind made up to do something, she just wanted to get on with it. Totally dependable and always willing to help when she was asked. For years, Jean was the anchor of our Greenleys team, a stalwart in the county team, and both Jean and John were a great influence on the Scottish Vets team at the time. She was a multiple club champion, and as well as club captain, she was handicap secretary for 25 years, a service which the ladies section recognised by presenting her with a silver brooch in appreciation. She was very knowledgeable about golf and had a very interesting childhood and service in the Wrens, but she did not feel the need to be always telling you about it. It just leaked out here and there. We shared many a happy time. We went to the Scottish Championship together, where she qualified for the Clark Rose Bowl several times. We played county team matches, Greenleys matches, and also bridge, which was another hobby. On our last outing, we went to Hopetoun House and lunched in Queensferry. A lovely day, full of memories for Jean on the day, and for me now. I miss you, Jean.
That was inspirational. Thank you very much indeed. Now, where are we? Need my specs. Lost my specs. Where are my specs? Yes, that was terrific, Barry. Thank you very much. It's a daunting task to speak on an occasion such as this, and we greatly enjoyed your words and your trip down memory lane.